Hi everyone, Mrs. Olson here. Today's lesson is titled Policies Toward Native Americans. Now we're going to start with the learning target, which says that you will be able to understand how the Indian Removal Act impacted Native Americans. Now the bulk of the lesson, the information, is going to come from this video here, which was produced by the museum called the Smithsonian, specifically the Smithsonian's National Museum of the American Indian. Okay, now in this video lesson, you are going to hear the word assimilation. And so that you understand that term, I want to go over what it means, okay? So here we go with what is assimilation. Okay, so the definition reads, the process whereby individuals or groups of differing ethnic heritage are absorbed into the dominant culture of a society. So let's break down that definition. Assimilation is the process. So if something is described as a process, that means that it has a beginning and an end. And at the end, there's a goal that is to be achieved. So there is a process whereby individuals or groups of differing ethnic heritage. In our situation, it is specifically talking about the Native American. Okay? They are absorbed. What happens when something is absorbed? It's taken into, it gets folded in, it gets like squished in, it becomes part of whatever is absorbing it, okay? And in this specific case, it's going to be the dominant culture of the society of white America at this time, okay? So here is explaining the term assimilation related to the Native American. It says the process of assimilating involves taking on the traits of a dominant culture. So Native Americans are going to be forced to take on the traits of white America. It says to such a degree that the assimilating group becomes socially indistinguishable from other members of the society. So the idea with Native Americans assimilating was that they would be stripped away of everything that made them Native American and stuffed back full of white American Protestant ideals. That was the idea, okay? Now in second semester, you're going to get a lot more of this, but this is the first time that we're introduced to the term assimilation. Okay, so Native Americans, you're going to learn, were forced to relocate, so they're forced to move. Native Americans were forced to change their way of life. They had to stop being Native American and learn how to be white American, speak English, go to school, wear white clothing. And Native Americans were forced to become like white Americans at this time. So the operative word here is forced. Native Americans in the 1800s did not get a choice. They were forced to assimilate. Okay? And then the last part I want to end with is this map that shows you where these Native Americans were moving to or being forced to move to. So here we have the Seminole Indians of Florida moving towards Oklahoma, and you can see that a lot of them ended up in Oklahoma Territory. The same thing with the Chickasaw, Choctaw, the Creek, the Cherokee. All of them have to move west towards Oklahoma Territory, away from white America. All right, so this is kind of a sad story in American history, and now you're going to turn it over to the Smithsonian Museum and understand and learn what they have to say about the Indian Removal Act. Bye, guys.